So there's things I could tell you and things you already understand. So I'm going to try not to tell you what you already understand, but it leads up to a statement that should put everyone on edge. I strongly suggest, paraphrasing here, Trump avoid the Butler, Pennsylvania rally on October 5th. But the reason why is beyond shocking, and who it came from is astounding. And how this hasn't set off alarm bells everywhere is dumbfounding. But do we expect anything else? We've seen now on CNN even reporting. New report details stunning Secret Service leadership failures around first Trump assassination attempt, as we all knew. And stunning Secret Service failures around the second attempt. But nonetheless, there's task force out there that are telling everyone it's the Secret Service failures that these both happened. And because of those failures, that warning has now come out to Trump. Beware. Based on what we're investigating right now, a stunning claim coming out of Congress, stating what so many of you have exactly thought. So many of you have put in the comments involving Thomas Crooks, involving Butler, Pennsylvania, involving the AGR building, involving the trajectory of the bullets, involving, again, another conspiracy. Well, what I'm about to bring you today will explode it all, and it's not my words. Oh, no. Comes right out of a congressional hearing. That's the story I'm going to bring you here in just 1 minute. All right, so do us a huge favor. Make sure you're subscribed to both our channels, my channel and Lisa Haven's channel. Important because you'll be amazed of how many of you may suddenly not be subscribed anymore. Diabolical, isn't it? Make sure your bell is checked to all so you're actually alerted to upcoming broadcasts, or you want to simply hear us unfiltered, uncensored on our own platform that we created, that we put our blood, sweat, and tears into creating, with no sponsors, no advertisers. Everybody says, but there's advertisers. Well, you're watching this somewhere else other than Restricted Republic then. Because if you were there, you'd see we didn't want commercials. We didn't want sponsors. We wanted to be beholden to no one. Because that's the only way we could truly bring you to truth, and that's what we do every day. Articles like you've never heard them presented before. Information you've been looking for that will make you say, there it is. How hard was that to find? But that's why we created RestrictedRepublic.com. Use discount code INDEPENDENCE right now. You can cancel your subscription at any time. I know a lot of you are concerned about the future. I don't blame you. So are we. So we made sure that for whatever reason, if you want to cancel, you could do it right via your dashboard. But if you don't, I'm going to give you 2 years. Use discount code INDEPENDENCE. It's going to get you $4 a month for 2 years plus 14 days for free. Again, we understand what's happening. You can cancel anytime, but if you believe in what we're doing here, if you like how we give you the information, please support us at RestrictedRepublic.com, and please do that today. We need your help. But now, let's get on with this broadcast. So first, let me give you a little color. Task force investigating Trump assassination attempts pins blame on Secret Service failures in first hearing. Of course they did. I think we realized it was entirely preventable. No poop Sherlock. But because of failures by Secret Service, the shooting was not preventable. It was the fault of the Secret Service because the Secret Service is ultimately responsible for the protection of events like that. I can't even believe they put these statements out there. They did not do their job. They did not provide clarity and guidance to local law enforcement, and that was pretty clear today. All said in that hearing. But it comes down to this man and a warning he's now received from Congress. The October surprise, how much of it have we heard about so far? Well, the warning is about an event in October saying, please, Mr. President, don't do it. He's announced it, though. President Donald J. Trump to return to Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday, October 5th. The announcement's made. Representative Eli Crane, one of the only people to actually go out to the site, to look at the site, to assess the site. Trained sniper, by the way. blew holes in all the storylines right off the bat. And that's the person I'm going to tend to listen to, even though Eli can tend to stray a little bit into the realm of what they call conspiracy. And I'm not saying that's neither good nor bad at this point, because time will tell. But he had a lot to say. So I want you to listen in here for just 1 minute.
Though I appreciate the former president's courage and strong desire to rally his supporters, I strongly suggest that he and his campaign avoid this site on October 5th and in the future.
Why is he saying that? Why is he saying to avoid that site? Why would he tell Trump to not do his rally? Well, he gives a lot more context and color as we move forward through his testimony here.
This leads me to my most concerning assessment now of both assassination attempts on the former president. I cannot be more clear. To this point, we have been extremely lucky. Whether either of these individuals were working in coordination with other groups, organizations, or nation states who desired to kill the former president, none of the individuals attempting to kill the president have been professionals. I can tell you that with authority by the weaponry and the gear they used, as well as the fact that Thomas Crooks took a headshot. I can tell you from experience that most snipers are trained to take center mass torso shots, if possible, for the very exact reason that we saw him miss a headshot on July 13th.
I like Eli because he provides specifics. He provides why he believes in what he does. Why he believes, obviously, these were not professional assassins. And he gives specifics. Again, didn't shoot for center body mass, shot for the head. But then he gives a warning. Because he continues on his testimony, he's guarding no words here.
I can also tell by examining Ryan Ruth's final firing position on the fence line of the golf course that he, too, was not a professional. No trained sniper, no trained assassin would have set up their final firing position the way he did. We are trained to make absolute sure that nothing on our person or in the vicinity of where we are located and going to take our final shots, that anything stands out from the environment we are in.
Remember, just as color there, trained sniper you're listening to right now. The man who would actually understand what's happening, he's the one giving his testimony here.
You could see those large bags holding ballistic plates on the fence, which would easily catch the eye of any trained security agent. He also stuck his barrel through the fence instead of cutting what we call a loophole in it so that he could stay back in the shadows, allowing his concealment.
So why is this all important? How does this all lead to the October surprise? How does this involve so many narratives that we heard about? Trump pushes narrative that Iran is trying to kill him. It's not a narrative. It's not a narrative at all. It's already been testified multiple times that there is people here who are trying to take his life. Should that not be readily apparent by now? Then they approve more money for the Secret Service because they think money is going to be a Band-Aid to this. I don't think Eli agrees with them.
Are not professionals. What is going to happen, Mr. Chairman, when the president of Iran, China, Russia, or any other country or group who does not want to see President Trump come back into office send professionals? What is going to happen next time if there is a 10-man Hezbollah team, snipers, assaulters, and drone operators launching coordinated and overlapping assassination attempt on the president? I think we can all see by now that their likelihood of success would be tremendous.
A part of the reason why Eli issued the warning to Trump, don't go back to Butler. It's a horrible site. It's horrible to secure. It is a venue through which, based on my findings, Eli Crane, understanding that these guys weren't professionals, and if a professional was to come into the fold with the current Secret Service in the status it is because they're not going to change overnight, don't go. But there's more. Because that's not the end of his testimony. He continues forward. We're going to go here for about another 30 seconds. Again, I like giving you evidence. I like giving you the receipts. I don't want to just give you talking points and sound bites. Not what we do here. We back it in the reference points that inspire these stories.
My suggestion to the former president and to his campaign is that he beef up his private security detail of individuals who are loyal to him and not burdened by the bureaucracy and culture of an organization that many of us used to hold in very high esteem. The reason for this is so they can plug holes that Secret Service continues to leave and make sure they are not putting him in vulnerable situations.
I cannot tell you the strength of that statement. He is telling Donald J. Trump, do not rely on the Secret Service. Beef up your private security. 4 holes left by the Secret Service. Did you hear that? Man, I can't believe this didn't get more coverage. This is bombshell after bombshell, and he's not done yet. Not even close. It's about time somebody has the cojones to actually say something correct, because I'm sick and tired of all the fluffy footage. Things not backed in fact, which is what we provide here. But I'm going to let him continue just for a few more minutes till we get to the megalith of sound bites and clips and evidence.
I want to challenge this task force to continue doing the great work that they are doing here today. And I also want to challenge them to have enough courage to think outside the box, challenge the mainstream narratives, and be willing to investigate every theory, regardless of how conspiratorial others might claim them to be.
It's a curious statement. I ask you to be open-minded. I ask you to consider every possibility, no matter how conspiratorial it may be. Why did he make that statement? What has he come across? Corey Mills, Eli Crane, side by side, and then Eli lets it out. So many of you have been talking about this. Listen in here.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've seen online, and let me be clear when I say this, guys, so much of any investigation, I think, needs to be open-minded and willing to look at anything and everything, that even if it might be outside the official narrative. Even if you talk to somebody and find out that the evidence that they're presenting, might not hold water, might lack credibility, I think that's extremely important. One of the videos that I've seen online is from a gentleman named John Colin, who talks about the possibility of a second shooter, and he shows a video, Miss Lee, where in this video he shows a bullet traveling down a path and the disruption.
Oh, he said it out loud, didn't he? A bullet not traveling on the path as it would have been coming from Crooks. Eli Crane said it out loud. The possibility of a second shooter? Question mark, exclamation point. His words, not mine. But that's what we're here to do, so you can decide what video is he talking about? Who is he talking about? John Cullen. I am John Cullen. This on X. The shot that hit the railing could not have been fired from the AGR building, quote unquote. That's a big problem for Secret Service, ATF, and FBI because they are lying, he claims. There was a second shooter in Butler, PA. Otherwise, the guy in the corner with the blue shirt and red hat would have been shot. Strong claim. Stronger clip. I'll let you watch it.
What happened? Take a look what happened. Take a look what happened. Look what happened.
We're just going to stop there. But if his position was accurate, what they are claiming is that the man in the red hat, that bullet could have never hit the railing without hitting him. I told you, it's a big, big claim. A monster claim. But nonetheless, that is what is being tested. That is what Eli Crane was referring to. I'll give you a bit more color on this. That's how important this is. You see there the shots that came from Crooks. The rail that's being discussed, and as a matter of fact, let me zoom in a little further for you here. So the video you saw took place in this corner. The bullet you saw, according to the pattern, appears to have shown a bullet hitting here at the rail, but not hitting the man standing here. And they are claiming that that could not have been from Thomas Matthew Crooks, who is the yellow line of shooting, but it had to be from the red line of shooting, which could have only come from the trees. Just giving you color to this entire discussion point. And then on top of it all, watch the sniper's reaction here. Watch how he pivots, where he pivots. And this doesn't lend credence to the argument.
No, he didn't. He did not. Secret Service quickly erupted. You can see the snipers on the building behind the podium.
Who was the sniper turning to face? It's clearly evident he is positioned on Crooks. And then he suddenly, I'm going to stop it there. He's positioned on Crooks, drops guard, refaces. Why did he have that reaction? Now you understand why Crane is issuing this stern and staunch warning to Donald J. Trump. Do not go back to Butler, PA. There's things that obviously Eli may be able to say and may not be able to say. Because if, let's just put it into perspective, what if this footage is showing there was a second shooter? They haven't been detained. They could still understand the area. Could that have led to Eli stating to Trump and his campaign, please don't go? You see, this takes a lot to put all this stuff together, but this is what happens when you don't follow, well, restricted republic. We will dig and dig and dig to piece multiple storylines together to put it into the appropriate context, to ask the right questions. And we love when you put the comments below as to what your thoughts are, because we will continue to dig and dig and dig until the truth comes out. We will not let this story go. I told you that from the beginning. It is way too damn important. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed, because it is only by the grace of God that we have Trump still alive. It is only by the grace of God that I'm still allowed to do this, and it is only by the grace of God that we will continue forward. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justice Knight, signing out.